Thank you all. My name is Subrahmanyam. I am from Shumaga, Karnataka. Actually, I have been involved in astrology since my childhood. You can say I have this legacy both from my paternal forefathers and maternal forefathers. So astrology is in my blood since childhood. So I got into many methods of astrology and like Lal Kitab or Nadi astrology, Jaimini, and you can say that Shah Paddhati, Sadhu Paddhati, DNA astrology, Akshaya Lagna Paddhati, degree system, and so many other systems. Also, I have been the honorary chairman of Indian Council for Astrological Sciences Shumaga chapter. I have been teaching in ICAS for the last 22 years. I have also been awarded many awards like Jyotish Kovi, Jyotish Vidya Vachaspati, Jyotish Jnanakalamani, etc. So astrology is my passion. It's a passion by choice. By profession, I have been in some other profession. But I have been continuing the legacy of my forefathers by teaching, by consultancy, practice, etc., etc. It's my profession, passion.
Excellent.
So now coming to the main topic, Badhaka. So accidentally, one of my friends posted about me in Kaalagathi group to teach about Badhaka. In astrology, there is a common joke that I have read in one of the books. Why so much of suffering in this earth? Why so much of grief? Why people are in so much of troubles, so much of challenges, obstacles, impediments? So an astrologer says, look at the horoscope. How many malefic planets are there? Which planets are malefic planets? The student says that Sun is malefic, Mars is malefic, Saturn is malefic, Rahu is malefic, Ketu is malefic, and even this Krishna Paksha Chandra, this what you call as a waning moon, is also malefic. And Mercury associated with malefic planet is also a malefic. Then which are the benefic planets? Only two planets are Jupiter and Venus. So now you understand that 80% suffering, only 20% happiness. but but this is also true. So in addition to this, already we have so many 80% of planets as malefic planets. In addition to malefics, we have so many other malefic points. Like you say, this is Maraka, this is functional malefic, this is functional malefic, and this is in Papakartari Yoga, this is in Mrityu Bhaga, this is combust, and also this is Badhaka, etc., etc., etc. This is 22nd Rekana. This is 64th Navamsha. So how many malefics? We are human beings. We have our own limitation. We cannot tolerate beyond a limit. But still, even our classics, our texts have given so much of information about that. So one of them is Badhaka. So Badhaka, you know that Badhaka is a very popular concept. Actually, Badhaka concept is not mentioned in BPHS, but it is actually stated in Jataka Parijata. So in Jataka Parijata, it is said that for all fixed planets, or for all fixed signs, we have this ninth house as Badhaka. For all movable signs, 11th house as Badhaka. And for all dual or Visvabhava signs, 7th house is the Badhaka. So this is actually the concept. This is actually the concept given in this. So, for example, for Mesha, Mesha is Chara. Chara means movable. 11th house Kumbha is Badhaka. And the Lord of Kumbha, Saturn, is Badhakadipati. So Badhaka and Badhakesh. Or Badhaka or Badhakadipati, whatever you call it. So you said that the generally this is the concept. This is actually the concept that is stated in our classic. But yes,
సార్ మీ ఫేస్ పూర్తిగా కనపట్టలేదు.
hello.
మీ
So
కెమెరాని కొద్దిగా అడ్జస్ట్ చేయండి సార్. మీ ఫేస్ పూర్తిగా కనపట్టలేదు, కట్ అయిపోతుంది, సగమే కనపడుతుంది.
now, sir.
రైట్, నౌ యు ఆర్ లుకింగ్ బ్యూటిఫుల్.
But for every concept in astrology, I always, it is my favorite statement. There is always two parts. One is skull and another is skill. So what is skull and what is skill? Skull is the information. So now it is the age of information technology. So you have opened the floodgates of information through social media, YouTubes, websites, books, blogs, etc., 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 Facebook, so Twitter, WhatsApp, so etc., etc. So you have already literally opened the floodgates of information. So the information has been pouring in from literally every nook and corner of this world into your drawing room. So you have the treasure house of information. But the next question is, of course, I have volumes and volumes of information, but how to use, why to use, what to use, where to use, and when to use. That is skill. So when skull combines with skill, information is converted into knowledge. So the difference between the information and knowledge is, information you can get anywhere, but knowledge you can get only from a guru. Only a guru or a master or a mentor can give you the knowledge. So I have 250 techniques, but I cannot use 250 techniques on every chart. I must have that skill of when to use, where to use, what to use, why to use, and how to use. Only when I can be called a successful astrologer. So we have 2000 laws in India, and in every law has some 10,000 sections. A successful lawyer should be able to present before the honorable court the relevant sections and the relevant laws applicable to a relevant case. If he opens every section and every column, he will be dubbed as unsuccessful lawyer and he will fail in every case. So that is the correlation, synchronization, or synthesis that is the gist, that is the essence of a successful astrologer. That information can only be got only from a guru. That is called guru. Is a mentor, he's a master, he's a guru, he's a guide. He can teach you that skill. That is very, very important. So everybody knows, in every book you can find this rule, that for movable signs, 7th house is Badhaka. For fixed sign, 9th house is Badhaka. For dual, for movable sign, 11th house is Badhaka. For fixed sign, 9th house is Badhaka. For dual sign, 7th house is Badhaka, and 7th lord is Badhaka. But can we accept it? I have devised a certain different rule. That means I have introduced a certain modification to this rule. So that rule that I am going to present. For example, I will, sir, can I share the PPT?
Yes, sir. I am giving permission, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Is it visible to you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. For movable signs, 11th house is Badhaka. For dual signs, 7th house is Badhaka. For fixed sign, 9th house is Badhaka. But this is my area of contention. Why fix ninth house? I take third house as house Badhaka and third lord as Badhaka. Why? I am going to give you a logic that I have seen this logic, I have learned this logic from a group, and I will present this logic. If it is acceptable to you, if you can apply this logic to different charts and if you get success, you can continue with this. Of course, this is not my original, but I have devised it and I have innovated this technique. As per Nodi astrology, can any of the members say which house is the house of pending karma? Nodi astrology, normal Nodi astrology, Bhrugu Nodi astrology, or whatever Nodi astrology. In Nadi astrology, 6th house is called as the house of pending karma. So it is 9th to 10th or 10th to 9th. That is Bhagyat karma, karmat bhagya. So in Nadi astrology, 6th house is called as the house of pending karma. In the natural zodiac, Mesha is the first house. So the 6th house is the house of pending karma. 6 to 6, that is called as the Aruda of 6th house. I think you may be aware of this Aruda concept. Wherever a Bhava Lord is posited, for example, 4th Bhava is located in 6th house. That is means 4th Bhava Lord is posited in 3rd house from 4th. And if you take exact number of houses from there, that means 3 houses from 4th, 6th, that is 8. So 8 is the Aruda. So Aruda concept means if a Bhava Lord is located at a distance from that Bhava, you calculate the same distance from that Bhava Lord, that house becomes the Aruda. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6th house from 6 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, this is called the Aruda. So this becomes Kumbha. So from Mesha, 11th house is the 11th house is the house of farmer or Badhaka house. So now, therefore, Mesha is a Chara. Mesha is Chara Rashi. So Mesha is Chara Rashi. So for all movable signs, 11th house is the Badhaka. For example, Karkataka. From Karkataka, you take the 6th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, for Karkataka, Vrishabha is Badhaka. Again, you go to Tula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Tula, 11th house is Simha is the Badhaka. Now, you take the Kumbha as Badhaka. From Kumbha again, take 6th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 is Karkataka. So for Vrishabha, 3rd house is the Badhaka. This is the difference. This is the difference from popular concept and to my concept. Again, many of the scholars are already using this concept of Badhaka as 3rd house for all fixed signs, or they are using. But in classical text, it is given that for fixed house, 9th house is Badhaka, 9th lord is Badhakadipati. But I am deviating from that dictum as said here. Now again, you take from Karkataka to take 6th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for Mithuna, it is 7. So now it is clear. As per you have understood, I think, logic for all Chara Rashis or Chara Lagnas, 11th house is the Badhaka. That is the concept. So 6 to 6 to 6. Again, from 6 to here, 6, it becomes Karkataka. But for all fixed signs, 3rd house is the Badhaka. And for all dual signs, 7th house is the Badhaka. So this concept, you should be clear. So classical dictum says, classical rule mentioned in our classical text says that for fixed signs, 9th house is the Badhaka. But as per my logic, I am using 3rd house as the Badhaka for fixed signs. This is the only difference. The other two rules are same. They are popular. They are given everywhere. Why? This completes the Kama Trikona. You know that natural zodiac has trikona. It is a rule of trines. Mesha, Simha, and Dhanus. That's the Artha Trikona. Vrishabha, Kanya, Makara is Vrishabha, Kanya, Artha is the Vrishabha. Mesha, Simha, is the Dharma Trikona. Vrishabha, Kanya, Makara is the Artha Trikona. Mithuna, Tula, Kumbha is the Kama Trikona. Karkataka, Vrishchika, and Meena is the Moksha Trikona. So, which is the Artha Trikona? Mesha, Simha, and Dhanus. Mesha, all Agni Tattva Rashis. This is Dharma. So, Agni Tattva Rashis, they form a trine. This trine is called as Dharma Trikona. Vrushabha, Kanya, Makara. This is Artha. This is Artha Trikona. Mithuna, Tula, Kumbha. This is Kama Trikona. Karkataka, Vrishchika, Meena is the Moksha Trikona. That means 1, 5, 9 is Dharma. 2, 6, 10 is Artha. 3 Artha. And 3, 7, 11 is Kama. 4, 8, 12 is Moksha. So, when I deviate from the classical dictum, when I begin to use third house as Badhaka for fixed signs, so I will establish that Kama Trikona. 3, 7, and 11. 3, 7, and 11. So, dual sign is 7, Chara or movable sign is 11, and this fixed sign is 3. 3, 7, 11. I complete this Kama Trikona. So, this Kama Trikona comes into picture. So, the Kama means desire. The people find obstacles, impediments, challenges, difficulties in fulfilling their desire or Kama. So, that is the root cause of Badhaka. So, Bada means obstacle. Bada means obstruction. Bada means challenges. Bada means impediments in the way of progress, in the way of realization of your desire, in the way of realization of your aims, your purpose. So, that is the primary use of this Badhaka house. So, normally, this Badhaka house, it gives you the general trend in your life. General trend. For example, if you take Karkataka, for Karkataka is the Charalagna, oval. So, 11th house and Venus is the Badhaka. 11th house is Vrishabha. 11th Lord is Venus. So, the 11th house is Bhada sign. So, 11th Lord Venus is Badhaka. But Venus is also the Lord of 4th house and 11th house. But Badhaka sthana is limited to only 11th house, not 4th house. But generally, Venus is Bhada. If Bhada is combined with other points in life, you can find the general trend. For example, for Karkataka Lagna, 7th and 8th houses are ruled by Saturn. Saturn is dire malefic for Karkataka Lagna. So, Saturn is also inimical to the Lagna Lord Moon. And Venus is Kalatra Karaka. Why Venus is Kalatra Karaka? Venus is Karaka for wife or spouse. Spouse in general, wife in particular. Well, spouse in general, wife in particular. As such, any native who is born with Karkataka Lagna, generally he faces unhappiness in his marital life. His marital life does not proceed smoothly. Normally, there is a share of unhappiness. Every Cancer ascendant native has his own share of unhappy days in his marital life. That is general. Even if you take Bhagavan Ramachandra, his marital life is also not good. If you take any native with Cancer ascendant, even Indira Gandhi was also Cancer ascendant, her marital life was also not happy one. So generally what happens? The Cancer ascendants, Venus is normally not regarded as a positive planet for marital life. Generally, you can take any other ascendant. Let us take Mithuna or Gemini. For Gemini, is a dual sign. For dual sign, seventh lord is Badhaka. Seventh means seventh lord. Which is seventh lord? Seventh lord is Jupiter. Normally Jupiter. But what happens here is, here there is the twist. For the Gemini, Venus or the Shukra is a close friend of Mercury. So Mercury and Venus are very close to each other. They are friendly to each other. But Jupiter is Badhaka. Seventh lord is Badhaka. Therefore, normally what happens here, what I have observed here for all Gemini natives, they are unhappy on account of their children. Jupiter is Putra Karaka. Jupiter is Putra Karaka. For Cancer, Venus is Dara Karaka, Bharya Karaka. But here Jupiter is Putra Karaka. So normally Gemini natives, they suffer on account of their children. There will always be a source of worry with respect to the children. Similarly, you can take any other name. For example, let me take which ascendant I can take. Let me take this Tula Lagna. Yes, Tula. For Tula Lagna, Tula is movable. So 11th again, 11th house. 11th house means Leo or Sun. Sun and Venus are inimical to each other. Sun and Venus are inimical to each other. Therefore, and Ravi is Pitru Karaka. Sun is Karaka for mother. I can watch that every Libra born ascendant has his share of strained relations with his father. Strained relation with his father. So this is the trick. So you must follow these rules very strictly. Another thing here, I think, what generally it is said that it is the general tendency of Badhaka. But whether Badhaka is going to give result in the same way in every case, no. So a Badhaka will not give the same results in every chart in same quantity or same in the same thread. Why? It differs from chart to chart. So when Badhaka combines with other malefic factors, for example, when Badhaka Lord is combined with 6th Lord or 8th Lord or 12th Lord, or when Badhaka Lord combines with 22nd Rekada Lord, or when Badhaka is dispositor of Gulika or Mandi or other Upagrahas like Vetipata, Dhuma, Mrityu, etc. So, when under these circumstances, Badhaka will give you the negative results. Badhaka will give you the very means very malefic results. The malefic results are more pronounced.
Swami,
No.
a small doubt, Swami.
Yes.
Are you continuing Telugu, Swami?
No. I am from Karnataka. I can,
Okay, thank you. I am very sorry to ask like this. Please continue.
okay.
Thank you very much, Swami.
Okay. So the negative results or malefic results are more pronounced. They are more forceful when Badhaka is associated with other malefic factors in the chart. There are many malefic charts. For example, I said the functional malefic, Maraka, or Rahu Ketu. When Badhaka combines with Rahu Ketu, when Badhaka combines with 22nd Rekana Lord or 64th Navamsha Lord, when Badhaka combines with the dispositor of Upagrahas, especially Vetipata, Dhuma, Mrutyu, Ulika, Mandi. So under these circumstances, it becomes ferocious, means it becomes more negative. More negative. Therefore, when you are analyzing such charts, when you are studying such charts, you should be very, very careful. You should be very, very careful. So, I think you have got this. I'm not going into deep details or highly technical details. So, this meeting has all classes of astrologers, right from the students up to the most advanced levels of astrologers. So, I should be comfortable with every astrologer, whether he is a beginner, whether he is experienced, whether he is advanced. So I should be comfortable with all levels of astrology, all classes of astrology. Therefore, I always giving you the fundamentals, the basic concepts. So when you are conversant with the basics, when you are familiar with the basics, when you have mastered the basics, so all hyperfine and superfine techniques you can go. You can go for. There is absolutely no problem. But basically, you should be conversant with the basics. So when your basics are strong, when your foundation is powerful, automatically you can go for the higher techniques. So this is where. So first of all, I have touched you three concepts. So for all movable signs, 11th house is Badhaka. For all dual sign, 7th house is Badhaka. These are very clear. But for fixed sign, 3rd house is Badhaka. As for myself and many other scholars are also using, it's not my original concept. So you can test. Secondly, the Karakatwas of Badhaka normally are important. Karakatwas. For example, I tell you that from majority of Cancer ascendant natives, their marital life normally does not hold good days. This is simply because Venus is Karaka for spouse and Karaka for wife in particular. Therefore, their family life does not proceed smoothly. For Gemini ascendant, Jupiter. Jupiter is Karaka for children. So normally, children are source of worry for them. And as we go further, I have also taken the example of Tula Lagna or Libra ascendant. For Libra ascendant, you know that Ravi's sun is Maraka also, sun is inimical also, sun is Badhaka also. So sun is not good for the Libra ascendant. So they have their own share of strained relationships with their father. So they will not be in the good books of their father. So they will not be on good terms with their father or forefathers or fatherly figures. So this is the general concept. This is the general concept. So now let us go to the one more thing. So we especially Badhaka is used in all our classics to know the curses. This is the most important application of Badhaka. So Badhaka is used to know to study to understand the curses. So curses means Shapa. Shapa, Kopa and Dosha. Shapa means curse. Kopa means anger. And Dosha means Badha. So this is the most important concept of our Badhaka. Normally, these are described in Prashna Marga. And Prashna Marga, you know, is the magnum opus of Prashna Shastra. So it has been written by Narayan Nambudiri of Kerala. And along with Prashna Marga, Krishniyam, Prashnopanishad, they are all called as the epics of Prashna. So Ashtamangala Prashna, you know that is a very, very popular in Kerala. So Kerala astrologers, they are the masters of Ashtamangala Prashna. So to study the curses, to steady the anger or steady the kopa. That means kopa, shapa, or bhada. They normally use Badhaka. And in addition to Badhaka, they also use one more concept that is called Mahabhadaka. So this is only for your reference, and this is used only in Prashna, not in natal astrology. So for natal horoscope, you should not use this. But when you are using Prashna, when you are trying to decode the source of Shapa or the source of Bhada or source of Kopa, you should use this Mahabhadaka. For Mesha, Kumbhai is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Shani is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Rushabha, again, Makara is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Shani is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Mithuna, Dhanus is Mahabhadaka and Guru is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Karkataka, Kumbha is Mahabhadaka and Shani is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Simha, Vrishtika is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Kuja is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Kanya also, Vrishtika and Kuja. For Tula, again Kumbha. Mahabhadaka Sthana and Shani is Mahabhadaka Adipati. Vrishtika, again, same Vrishtika itself is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Kuja is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Dhanus, Vrishtika again, it is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Kuja is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Makara, Kumbha is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Shani is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Kumbha again, Karkataka is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Moon is Mahabhadaka Adipati. For Meena, Dhanus is Mahabhadaka Sthana and Guru is Mahabhadaka Adipati. So these are the Mahabhadaka Sthanas. What is the difference between Bhadaka and Mahabhadaka? So when you are analyzing a chart and when you find a Kopa, for example, Deva Kopa or Preta Shapa or Matru Shapa or Pitru Shapa or Brahmana Shapa or Guru Shapa, etc. So when you find and when you just find that Shapa or Kopa or Bhada, and when you are able to prescribe the remedial measures, so that is, should go deep into all these things. When that source of Kopa or Tapa or Bhada, when the source of Kopa or Shapa or Bhada is Mahabhadaka, there is no remedy. So if it is attributed to Mahabhadaka, there is no remedy. Remedial measures are only Bhadakas. If only Bhadakas are involved, you can prescribe remedial measures. But if Mahabhadakas are involved, you cannot have the remedial measures. So this is the difference between Badhaka and Mahabhadaka. That you should be careful. So Badhaka and Mahabhadaka difference means for Badhaka, you can prescribe remedial measures. For Mahabhadaka, you cannot prescribe the remedial measures. So there are multiple shapas, kopas, and doshas. For example, Kula Devata dosha, Sarpa dosha, Pitru shapa, Matru shapa, Guru shapa, Brahmana shapa, Dushti dosha, Preta shapa, Abhichara dosha, Mantrika dosha, Vak shapa, Kanya shapa, etc. etc. So how to find it? So you should have that trick of combining the relevant houses and also Badhaka. So when these, in addition to other malefics, for example, if fourth house contains Badhaka or Mahabhadaka and fourth lord is also, fourth lord itself is a Badhaka, and if the other malefics are involved, for example, if it is under Rahu Ketu axis, or it is the dispositor of Gulika or Mandi, or it combines with the 22nd Brekana Lord or 64th Navamsha Lord. So So in such cases, and if Vrishchika Rashi is very important, Vrishchika and Kumbha. Vrishchika and Kumbha are the two very, very important Rashis. So when you decide this, Kopa or Shapa or Pada. So for deciding this, Vrishchika is very important. Vrishchika and Kumbha. Kumbha is the 11th house. It is the natural Badhaka, natural Badhaka of the natural zodiac. And Vrishchika is the 8th. So 8th is the house of Nijadosha. Nijadosha means it is the house that indicates the sins committed by yourself, either in this birth or in your previous birth. Nija means I am responsible. Nobody else is responsible for it. So it is called as Nijadosha. So Vrishchika and Kumbha are called as cursed signs. So when these signs are involved, so when there are two or more afflictions, you can definitely say that it is either Bada or Shapa or Kopa. So definitely. So for single affliction, it is general normal Badhaka. But if the afflictions are multiple, then you should come to the conclusion that it is definitely a Shapa. So if the fourth house, fourth lord are involved, then you can say that it is fourth lord is involved, then you can say that it is Kula Devata Shapa. So when Rahu and Badhaka sthana and Kuja, when Rahu and Badhaka sthana and Kuja are involved, then it is called as Sarpa Shapa or Sarpa Dosha. So when ninth house Sun is the Karaka for Pitu. When ninth house Sun or fifth house is 9 to 9. When fifth and ninth houses are involved, and Sun is also involved along with other malefic factors like Rahu, Ketu, or Mandi, Gulika, or 22nd Drekana Lord, or Saturn. So when other malefics are also involved, it definitely relates to the Pitru Shapa. So as I already told that fourth house, it says Kula Devata Shapa, but fourth house and moon, but fourth house and fifth house, if they are combined, it is Kula Devata Shapa, but fourth house and moon are involved, it is Matru Shapa. Fourth house stands for mother. Moon is also Karaka for mother. So you can also take 4 to 4th is 7th house. It is the Aruda of 4th house. If 7th house also involved, then also it is generally Matru Shapa. So Jupiter, you know that it is Guru Shapa. So Jupiter and 9th house are involved, it is normally it is Guru Shapa. But when Shani, Rahu are involved, Shani, Rahu, Gulika, Mandi, 22nd Drekana Lord, Badhaka Adipati. So when they are all involved, when there are multiple afflictions, it is definitely Preta Shapa. So Preta Shapa is very important. So there are many types of Pretas as told in, there are many types of Pretas as mentioned in Prashna Marga. So it may be a Preta, or Preta means it is a, you can call it ghost or spirit. So, or a Bhatakti Hui Atma, you can call it as, due to an accident or a disease. It is an unnatural death. So, if Mars is involved, but if Saturn is involved, Preta due to poverty, hunger, or thirst, or frustration, or torture, committing suicide, etc. So when Mandi and Rahu, it may be death due to a poisonous creatures like snake bite, etc. So these are called as the Preta Shapa. So when Badhaka Adipati is connected to the second house, what happens? It is a Vak dosha. It is a Vak dosha. But when sixth house and sixth lord is involved, normally it is called as the abhichara dosha or black magic. So it may be abhichara dosha. So when lagna is involved, it is called as drushti dosha. So it goes on like that. I cannot give you all these details because it's a complete knowledge in itself. It's a complete study in itself. But it requires expertise, it requires experience, it requires knowledge, it requires certain amount of intuition also on your part to pinpoint the pinpoint a bada or shapa or kopa and suggest the proper remedial measures. So only if you say that you are suffering from COVID, so I don't have any medicine, then it's useless. So identifying the disease and also prescribing the medicines is very important. So normally just I will share you one or two charts, for example. I will share you charts also. Are you seeing this chart?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is the chart of a male, the chart of a male whose marital life has been a disaster. Disaster in the sense that he married very late. In the first place, he married very late. Secondly, that marriage did not give him any issues. Then he found that there was not good relationship between himself and his wife. There were quarrels, lot of wranglings, etc., and it ended in divorce. And soon after the divorce, his wife committed suicide. There was a police case, a lot of tragedies, tribulations. That I do not go into all these details. Why? But main thing is that why? Because this is the Cancer ascendant. As I have already told you, for Cancer ascendant, Venus is Badhaka. Venus is Karaka for spouse and Karaka for wife in particular. Karaka for spouse in general, but Karaka for wife in particular. So Venus is. So normally I told you in the very beginning, I told you that Cancer ascendant natives have all their own share of strained relationships in their marriage or failed marriages, unsuccessful marriages, etc. Now, this you observe this horoscope is under Rahu Ketu axis. The Lagna is under Rahu Ketu axis. The Rahu Ketu are called as the karmic controlling planets. You know very well. When all the other planets are going clockwise, Rahu Ketu always they travel in anti-clockwise. So why they are going backwards? They are going towards our previous life. They are carrying the karmic impressions of our previous life. So therefore, they always move in anti-clockwise directions. All planets are visible. Rahu Ketu are invisible. So those planets are called Drushta. Rahu Ketu are called Adrushta. Drushta means fate or destiny or whatever. So here this Rahu Ketu is under where the Lagna and 7th house means this native is born to exhaust the karmas of his previous life. Therefore, this Rahu Ketu axis and 1 and 7th axis is showing that his karma is related to mainly the marital. Seventh house relates marriage. Seventh house is known, the house of marriage. Now, Karaka for spouse or Karaka for wife is Venus. Venus itself is Badhaka. And another interesting feature is seventh lord has gone to the Badhaka house. Seventh lord Saturn is in Badhaka house. And here also, comes another twist. That means Mandi and Gulika, as you told that Upagrahas, very especially Mandi and Gulika are also located in the 11th house. 11th house. Mandi and Gulika are in the 11th house. And also, here you can see, here, which one is that? Yes, 22nd Drakana Lord is Saturn and Rahu. So here, Saturn is also the 22nd Drakana Lord. And here Rahu is aspecting the Badhaka house. You know the deadly combination. It is a deadly combination. So the entire life turned haywire. It turned 360 degrees after his marriage. So what happened? Saturn is in the seventh lord and eighth lord of post-marital life. So Saturn is in the Badhaka house. Mandi and Gulika are in Badhaka house. So Badhaka lord Venus is also Karka for spouse, is also Badhaka lord. Rahu Ketu, again Rahu is aspecting the Saturn, and as per Nadi astrology, 159, if the planets are related in 159, they are treated as if they are in same house. So it is Rahu, Saturn, Gulika, Mandi, Venus, 7th house, 7th lord, Badhaka, and Badhaka house. This completes the picture. So his life was ruined after marriage. So this is how you can go about this marital life. So another, this is also the same. Here also, this is the horoscope of a lady. This is here, the 11th house is Badhaka. So 11th house is Badhaka, and Gulika and Mandi are present in the 11th house. And 11th lord is Badhaka house, and it has gone to the 7th house of marriage. And Mars, automatically for a lady, Mars is Karaka for husband. So Karaka for husband itself is Badhaka and is debilitated and is in 7th house. And it is again aspected by Rahu. And again aspected by Rahu. So again, Rahu, Gulika, Mandi, 11th house, 11th lord, that is, it is a beautiful, deadly combination for marital disaster in the case of female. And that was the male chart, where instead of Mars, it was Venus. So, when you find such charts, so you should be, when you find such charts, you should be able to look at other factors also. If other factors are also not favorable, then you can definitely conclude that if there are multiple afflictions, if there are multiple deadly combinations, multiple negative combinations, multiple negative combination, multiple negative yogas, automatically it leads to the disasters, tragedies, tribulations in life. It may be in professional life, it may be in marital life, it may be related to his children, it may be related to his health, it may also affect his health, it may affect other areas of life, so many things. So it may affect his financial status. But you should be able to find that combination. You should be able to pinpoint the area of that is affected by this combination, and also prescribe the proper remedial measure. But remedial measures, they always do not work successfully. If Mahabadhaka is involved, if there are more than 3, 4, 5 afflictions, then normally remedies also fail. So it is comes under Druda karma. So karmas are also of three types. One is Druda karma, one is Druda karma, one is Abdruda karma. If you find that it is Druda karma, it is not considered for remedies. It does not come under the scope of remedial measures. So if it is Abdruda karma, it can be remedied through remedies. But if it is Druda karma, remedies are possible only with very special efforts. So unless and until special efforts, very special, very consistent efforts are put in place, only it can be remedied. Otherwise, also it is very difficult to get remedies. So you should find that also. So you should find, so nothing is studied in isolation. Nothing is studied in isolations. Everything is connected to one another. Destinies are always interconnected. So it is the art and the science of prediction. It requires skill, experience, expertise. It also requires, to a certain extent, intuition, knowledge. That means right knowledge on the part of the astrologer to pinpoint the source of suffering, the root cause of suffering. So when you find that root cause of suffering, only you will be able to prescribe the correct remedial measures. So otherwise, all the remedies are general remedies. So the remedy is not always useful for this native. So this is how you should go step by step. So this is only an introduction. I think it's only an introduction or a bird's eye view or an overview or just a panoramic view of Badhaka concept. So Badhaka, how Badhaka concept, what is the source used in astrology, how to use, where to use, why to use, when to use, what to use, what is the source, what is the logic of Badhaka, what is the magic of Badhaka, how to use Badhaka in combination with other parameters and other factors in the chart, how to use Badhaka independently, how to go about it. So it's a total knowledge in itself. But for all levels of astrologers, for all classes of astrologers, right from the beginners, the students up to the advanced level. So I cannot go very strictly into the highly technical aspects of Badhaka. So it may be difficult for you to digest, to understand. So I have only given basic concepts, the foundational concepts. Just an introductory concepts of Badhaka. So now still our 4 or 5 minutes is left. If you want to ask any questions, I'm pleased to answer.
Sir, so in the beginning you told, I mean, there are out of all 9 planets, most of them are malefic and causing hurdles, obstacles, and only Jupiter and Venus is generally benefic. But whereas if Cancer ascendant is taken, there Venus is also becoming a Badhaka. So
no, that was just a general statement. General statement, not with respect to any particular ascendant. It was only a general statement. That's all.
Yeah. So now just I am asking, sir, for Cancer ascendant only Jupiter is left with. So
Yes. Jupiter is 6th and 9th lord. So Jupiter is good, and Mars is also good for Cancer ascendant. Mars is
Yoga Karaka. Yeah.
So
now,
for every ascendant, you know standard text. You find Yoga Karakas, Barakas, etc.
Yeah.
Most fundamental concepts. That's all. You can find in all text, even in Google also. If you just Google it, you can find that. Just Maraka and Yoga Karaka and Maraka planets for all ascendants, general ascendant.
So now the question is, sir, now for the Cancer ascendant, this Venus is Badhaka with respect to marital life. Only to that area it will affect, or for other areas also, related areas
normally for only marriage. Just that's all. Other areas, for example, even if you find for Cancer and Libra ascendants are the two ascendants that has produced maximum successful politicians or genius or spiritual masters. But more than 90% of spiritual masters have taken birth, political masters have successful politicians have taken birth only in Cancer ascendant. For example, if you take Shankaracharya, if you take Gautama Buddha, if you take Aravinda Maharshi, Ramana Maharshi, or you can say even Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Chandragupta Maurya, Acharya Chanakya, they are all born in Chanakya. So it produces, it gives you success in social life. Only it affects the marital life. That's all. Other areas of life, it will be very good for.
How it will be doing for financial matters? Like, I mean, it will be supportive. Venus is related to finance.
One thing that you should see the horoscope. Without seeing horoscope, you can't make any generalized statements. I have only given you the general hints. That I have told you that it affects only the financial. If it is if the other combinations are bad, it affects the financial. But you have to look at the chart. Without looking at the chart, you cannot give you any predictions. Predictions cannot be given without looking at the chart. Chart should be analyzed in deep with all divisional charts. Every 3 minutes or 4 minutes, a child is born in. So you cannot generalize everything. That is for only understanding. Understanding the studying the horoscope is different. Giving prediction is different. Analysis is different. Prediction is different. Prediction is one-to-one basis. Prediction is a totally different game ball altogether. But
Yeah.
studying the astrological principle is a different game. So you should not confuse both. Mix up both.
Sir, in your example chart, you shown that Cancer ascendant and their I mean, with respect to second marriage, also the same issue remains, or any alternate is possible? Like that will be a
Second marriage normally it will useful in some cases because the ninth house is should be seen for the ninth lord is Jupiter. Jupiter is good for Lagna lord. So second marriage normally, if you suffer, if you exhaust all the karmas in the first marriage itself, normally second marriage will be good.
Okay.
Is there any beneficial placement for Markadipati? Is there any beneficial placement for Markadipati for any lagna?
Any Lavasthana, if Upachaya Sthanas, if Markas are placed in Upachaya Sthana, they will do good. Upachaya Sthana means 3, 6, 10, 11.
3, 6, 11. Okay. What about if they are can we if they are in Dagda Rashi, or can we combine with them with the Dagda Rashi?
You can more than, there are more than 150 parameters or techniques in astrology. Dagda Rashi, Avayogi, so many things. Pushkara Bhaga, Mrityu Bhaga, Gandanta Bhaga, Vakri, Manda, Mandantara, Chara, Atichara, Maraka, Badhaka, Yoga Karaka, Nicha, Ucha, Asta, so many, there are more hundreds of parameters in astrology. It is up to you how you can combine them, how you can correlate, how you connect the dots. Your own experience will teach you. It's not anybody. Your own experience, your own practice, your own study will teach you how to combine, how to correlate, how to connect, how to synthesize, how to synchronize. Everything is up to you. It is up to your skills, your judgmental capacities.
So by combining few of those parameters, can we see different behavior? Can we see the negative impact of Badhakadipati or Badhakasthana is getting reduced?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So you also mentioned that Mahabadhakadipati, that is only for Prashna Lagna, right?
Only for when you are doing advanced Prashna, advanced like Ashtamangala Prashna, etc. That is used, not normal astrology.
Not in the natal charts.
Otherwise, you will be confused. It's only advanced level. Just I have given this information just for your knowledge. That's all. But normal prashna, you should not use it.
Thank
Sir,
you.
what is the general remedy for Badhaka, sir? Any remedies? How to overcome?
No, the general, no, not general remedy. It is remedies are given. For example, where it is connected, how it is. For example, for Pitru Shapa or Preta Shapa, you should do this Sapindikarna, Narayana, Moksha Narayana Bali, Bali Tarpana for your ancestors. General thing. For example, for Matra Shapa, it is Chandrayana Homa. So, general remedies that you can find in Google also. It's a general remedy, but you should be prescribed only specific remedy depending upon the intensity, the gravity of the curse, the intensity of the curse, etc. Everything should be given. For example, when you are only below 30% of infection, you are advised only medicines and stay back home. If it is more than 30% of infection, you are hospitalized. If it is more than 50% of affliction, you are admitted to the your ICU, more than 60-70% affliction. If it is 90% affliction, you are under ventilator. So it depends. The doctor will decide. So it is not that same medicine are given for anything and everything. You cannot do it like that. So a astrologer is like a doctor. You should be able to either analyze the horoscope properly, like a doctor, like a qualified doctor who does all blood test, urine test, X-ray, scanning, all the questionnaire, your food habits, your work nature, your age, your hereditary diseases, the other medications, comorbidities, etc. And then he prescribes the proper medicines, proper line of treatment, etc. So same thing happens. You cannot indiscriminately or in a generic way, you cannot prescribe remedies. That will spoil the sanctity of astrology also.
Any other questions? Hope you are all cleared about Badhaka concept. Thank you very much, sir, for your patience, and you cleared all the questions also. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for, first of all, I must thank you for giving me an opportunity to share whatever little bit I know on this other platform. I am very thankful to all the participants who patiently heard me so long. I don't know whether I have bored them or not.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for sharing valuable information to the whole participants.
We got nice comments also, sir, in chat box. Useful session. Really most useful subject. Excellent class. Superb class.
Thank you. For
So,
your love and affection.
we will not leave you, sir. We will always poke you. Every month, at least one class from your side.
Then I will be a Mahabadhaka for you. You cannot give any remedies. Lifelong.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, this is all about the Badhaka. Anyone have any general discussions and extend this subject? If you want, if you want to add any inputs on this Badhaka, if you have any new points, you can share with us.
Okay, sir. Definitely.
Okay.